Governor Inslee signed a bill yesterday setting the framework for therapeutic magic mushroom use in the state of Washington. This comes as state lawmakers prepare for a special session to decide on how Washington will approach drug possession.
And we have a look at your morning conditions, your first alert weather forecast right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And Riley, you've been talking about it this week that we're in for a bit of a warm up, but are we seeing those hot temperatures today?
So we're above averages. We were not above our averages yesterday, but we are finally above our averages a little bit today. It's going to be a nice day, heating up definitely into the rest of our week. If we take a look at our Giza Stadium Skycam, we can see the sun is starting to peek its way out. Sometimes these early mornings we don't quite see it coming out yet, but it's a nice day. It's looking pretty clear outside as well. Above average temps today, getting very hot later on this week. Chance of some light and quick afternoon showers today near the Cascades and the Blues, but other than that, it's a beautiful day that's ahead of us for today. If we take a look at our Skywatch radar, we're seeing no shower activity right now, but again, making its way into the afternoon hours. If we take a look at our temps for right now, we are in the lower 40s, high 40s for Walla Walla area, so we are still pretty cool right now. For today in Yakima, 74 degrees, just a few clouds today, 77 for the Tri-Cities, and in Walla Walla, 73 degrees, above our averages for today, but heating up into the rest of our week. I'll tell you more about it in my full forecast that's coming up.
Thank you, Riley. Yesterday, Governor Jay Inslee signed off on a bill laying the groundwork for psilocybin use in our state. We've been tracking the progress that Oregon has made with psilocybin, the hallucinogenic chemical found in some mushrooms. It could be years before the state of Washington reaches the point that Oregon is at with psilocybin. Senate Bill 5262 mandates work groups and advisory boards to lay the groundwork for therapeutic use of psilocybin. The biggest part, the University of Washington will have to create a pilot program by January 1st of 2025. While Oregon already has trained facilitators waiting to administer services, Washington is really in the planning stages of all of this. But Oregon's approach will likely provide a great learning platform for those psilocybin advisory groups in our state. This comes as federal government is preparing to pay for a multi-million-dollar study looking at safe injection sites. These are places where people can go to use drugs with clean supplies and staff there to supervise. Advocates say the sites are a way to reduce deadly overdoses and potentially the spread of disease from contaminated needles. Getting these sites approved has been tricky in the past, since opponents say it amounts to the government signing off on illegal drug use. Officials say the government money will not be used to run the safe injection sites, but it will be used to study people using them and see if the sites do offer positives like preventing overdoses or encouraging people to get treatment. Washington Governor Inslee has called a special session of the legislature for next Tuesday to give lawmakers another chance to come up with a statewide drug possession law. Business owners in Seattle say they're getting fed up with open drug use that's become all too common across the city. And it could become an even bigger problem if Washington's drug possession law is allowed to expire on July 1st.
There are Narcaning people out here on the regular. We have to, kind of step over garbage and human waste. I want to have a compassionate heart about it all, but I don't know what the fix is.
Both Seattle and Spokane are looking at their own rules, setting limits on illegal drug possession just in case state lawmakers can't come up with a replacement law before that July 1st deadline. For the first time since it started a couple years ago, the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition got to hear from a survivor about how the changes they made to the system helped her get out of an abusive relationship. The woman says at one point police got called to her house 12 times in a month, but still got there quickly each time and treated her and the suspect with respect, something she didn't experience in other counties. YPD says it's a sign their extra training, emphasis on domestic violence cases, and culture shift is paying off.
I believe in these systems, but to listen to somebody say how the systems that we've created as a community have positively impacted their lives, and we got to hear from somebody that is no longer being abused. I mean, how rare is that?
However, the woman who shared her story of survival says there's still room for improvement to help other victims. We'll have more on that coming up later on Good Morning Northwest. The community is invited to a ceremony next week to honor police officers who lost their lives on the job last year. A Police Week ceremony takes place Monday, May 15th at Sarge Hubbard Park, Yakima Greenway at 4 p.m. The event will honor the memories of all officers who died in the line of duty. Yakima Police will have a special remembrance for K-9 Officer Trex. A death investigation now underway in Wapato. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say they and Wapato police responded to a report of a man shot, and he has since died. That happened Friday in Wapato on the 700 block of South Wasco Avenue. Law officers say they heard from a witness and saw a suspect vehicle on surveillance video. Toppenish police later found the suspect vehicle, which led to a chase. The suspect vehicle crashed and officers arrested all 3 people inside. An autopsy for the shooting victim will take place later in the week. Anyone with information that can assist investigators should call Detective McElrath at 509-574-2562 or submit a tip to Yakima County Crime Stoppers. A slice of highway that traverses Washington State's beautiful countryside will soon open. According to WashDOT, State Route 20, also known as the North Cascades Highway, will reopen today at 10 a.m. for the season. It's a picturesque highway with unparalleled views and a few places to stretch your legs if you take the trip. You probably won't find cell service, though. The highway closes when winter weather brings heavy snow and reopens each spring. And speaking of spring, Riley, you're here to tell us a little bit more about what is in store for us weather-wise.
We are definitely warming up. Excited to see spring temperatures, but we're going to be feeling a little bit like summer by the end of this week. We're talking 80s and 90s. I'll bring you your full forecast. That's coming up.
And last night was Game 4 of the Kraken's Stanley Cup playoff series with the Dallas Stars. We'll tell you if they managed to take care of business at home. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
100% ribeye beef in a burger. Yep, 100% ribeye beef in a burger. My Ribeye Steakhouse burgers, all the flavor of a juicy ribeye steak in a burger. Did I mention they're made with 100% ribeye beef?
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Your hometown store has a wide selection of everything egg related. Plus, we're the largest Purina dealer in Hermiston. Products you trust from people who care. Northwest Farm Supply in Prosser, Hermiston, and Othello.
When you take me by the hand, I feel better again. Oh, I feel better now.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' compensation attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630, Bothwell and Hamill.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese, our burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Join us at Giza Stadium on May 17th for the second annual Salute to Seniors. At 12:30, enjoy an all-you-can-eat and drink buffet before catching the Dust Devils action at 1:30. Don't miss out on this fun-filled day celebrating our beloved seniors.
My legendary mozzarella sticks are back, and they come with, wait for it, keep waiting, marinara sauce. You asked for it, you got it. You can thank me later. Get them as part of my mini munchies for just $3.50.
This newscast sponsored by Mattress Depot, USA.
Welcome back. In sports, the Seattle Kraken looked to follow up a dominant win at home Monday with another last night at Climate Pledge Arena. But the Kraken would fall into an early hole after Dallas ripped off 4 straight goals in the first 2 periods. Seattle would manage to put up a token resistance, but it would be too little too late as the Kraken dropped Game 4 to the Stars 6-3. The series now sits tied at 2 games apiece as the series is headed back to Dallas for Game 5 that kicks off tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. But it was a different story down the street at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners took on the Rangers in their second game of the series, needing the win to stay at 500. And George Kirby took control on the mound for Seattle, tying his career high, striking out 9 and allowing 0 runs over 7 innings. And a lot has been made of the Mariners hitting this season, but they were able to get the bats working in this one. Ty France would finish with 2 runs batted in as he extended his hitting streak to 7 games. And Tom Murphy would go deep in the 7th for his first home run of the season. And the Mariners would get the win 5-0. Coming up, with the Title 42 immigration policy set to expire this week, tensions rise at the southern border as the United States prepares for an incoming surge of migrants. And Riley Fitzgerald returns with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Next ET, one-on-one with Janet Jackson.
It's a lot of fun.
A rare backstage exclusive with a music icon talking motherhood.
I wish I had 2 more babies.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
Do I think I have an advantage? No. Look who I'm playing against. It's gonna happen today.
Big money!
Yes!
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune Ultimate Host Night, tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
This is the new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs with honey ham, smoked turkey, and brisket smoked low and slow for up to 16 hours. It's one of our meatiest subs ever. Try the new Smokin' Triple Stack, only at Firehouse Subs.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick May 23rd and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Robert De Niro secretly welcomes a baby, number 7, his first extra interview since he broke the news. Lots of details, and he talks sharing the screen with Kim Cattrall. Then Dolly Parton's Country First with Garth Brooks. Next, Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KView.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Cap KView.
And now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're taking a live look outside Pasco at the Giza Stadium Skycam. Looking like a pretty clear morning to start it out. Let's get into our full forecast. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A lot of sun on the way for the rest of our week, heating up throughout our week, and a chance of midday showers today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at that in our future cast starting out Wednesday with a dry morning. As we get into our midday and our afternoon, we see those scattered showers make their way through our areas in the Yakima Valley and the Blues. If we continue overnight, another dry period into Thursday morning, very dry, and then we get into the afternoon, same tale, more scattered showers throughout our afternoon, gone by the evening, and dry overnight into a very relatively clear Friday morning into our afternoon. We take a look at our temps for today. Lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we are seeing mid to high 70s today. And in the Blues, we are seeing the lower 70-degree range. We take a look at our temps for tonight. We're seeing pretty clear and dry of an evening, upper 40s, lower 50s. Our wind outlook is looking pretty level other than this weekend where we see a little bit of an increase in our winds, still around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Pretty low winds for the rest of the week. Pretty high temperatures also for the rest of the week. We are on a steady incline as we get into the weekend and the start of our next work week. 90-degree range, getting pretty high up there. If we take a look at our 7-day forecast, well, we're seeing 70s, 80s, and then 90s. Pretty high temperatures, especially Sunday is Mother's Day. It's a very hot day that's ahead of us for the rest of our week. Very nice temperatures as we take a look in Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, we're seeing very high temps as well. Again, we're getting 70s, 80s, and 90s this week into our weekend, a very hot week that's ahead of us. Even Monday, we're seeing 98 degrees. Overnight lows are looking pretty high as well. In Walla Walla, once again, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just a very, very warm week that's ahead of us. We've been seeing some inconsistent warm temperatures for the last couple of weeks. We've been seeing just a day here and there of some very hot temperatures, but this week it's going to be pretty sustained over the next couple of days. Above average temps for today, definitely heating up into the rest of your week. Have a great Wednesday.
Now to the crisis at the border and blunt words from President Biden last night with just hours to go before Trump-era border restrictions are lifted. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
This morning, hundreds of U.S. troops have arrived at the southern border, the first of 1,500 being sent by the Biden administration to help cope with the massive surge of migrants expected in the coming days. Migrants like this man who wiped away tears after finally reaching El Paso.
Is your crime because you're happy?
Tomorrow, COVID-era border restrictions known as Title 42 expire. President Biden last night was blunt, saying the problems at the border are about to get worse.
It's going to be chaotic for a while.
Border officials predict up to 10,000 people will try to cross the border each day, far more than the 3,500 they can comfortably handle. This video shows migrants trying to enter Mexico from Guatemala for the journey north. One congressman says at least 80,000, mostly Venezuelan nationals, are headed to the U.S. Places as far north as Chicago and New York have declared emergencies.
Well, it is a crisis situation. There'll be literally thousands of more individuals coming across the border and ultimately find their way up to the state of New York.
Back at El Paso, ICE agents are telling migrants living on the streets to pack up and get processed or face deportation. The enforcement operation was announced by Homeland Security in a press release. The Border Patrol Union slamming that move, saying nothing like publicly announcing that dangerous people will be arrested while warning them ahead of time exactly where to run and hide to avoid arrest. This entire operation is a sad joke. While many focus on the impact the surge will have on federal resources, others are sympathetic to those looking for a better life. This gas station owner in Brownsville, Texas, is giving migrants a chance to earn money washing cars.
It's really sad. They leave their family behind, they have no money, they're hungry, and they're asking for a job just to get something just to eat.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
To deal with the surge, the White House has promised stricter asylum rules and new processing centers in Latin America. But Arizona's governor, a Democrat, called the administration's response inadequate. A Texas community is dealing with long lines of those migrants who are turning themselves into U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Dozens lined up outside the CBP station at the Paso del Norte Bridge Tuesday, following instructions on circulating flyers. The flyers asked those who entered the country illegally to present themselves to authorities at that location. They are a part of a multi-agency enforcement operation that started May 9th. The CBP says it is processing the migrants at that location and figuring out if they are eligible for Title 42 expulsion or Title 8 removal proceedings. The migrants are also being vetted to see who could pose a threat to national security or public safety. Those individuals will be transferred to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement for detention. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is taking steps to send migrants to Democratic-led cities again. His state has selected multiple companies to help execute the next phase of his migrant relocation program. It is unclear exactly what those companies will do. One thing we do know is they will be responsible for finding volunteer migrants to transport. DeSantis got some negative attention last year after a top aide helped recruit migrants by offering them food, money, and promising them jobs. DeSantis arranged 2 flights to carry migrants from San Antonio to Martha's Vineyard without alerting the tiny vacation community they were coming. However, DeSantis plans to proceed this time. He's got $22 million Florida's legislature set aside for the effort. The effort is also being planned as the Florida Republican is expected to launch a 2024 presidential campaign. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the newest pictures from the James Webb Telescope has astronomers believing they may have found evidence of hidden planets.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on an XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Make an experience this weekend to Vapiano. Relax in the country, experience the wine, and share in the joy. Vapiano awaits you and your friends. Make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estate and Winery. Slow down, enjoy the journey.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
Here's to the moms, mamas, and mumsies. They deserve the mother of all Mother's Day treats, a DQ cake. With layers of creamy, world-famous soft serve, and a delicious fudge and crunch center. Conveniently customizable and ready for pickup from the DQ freezer. So grab yours. And let's raise our red spoons to a cake as sweet as she is. Aw. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Do you have any land that gets no use? Save some money by using an American-made power racking system. It's a more cost-effective option than a standard pole and concrete method. Invest in green energy with the pros at Solar Power Northwest. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving exclusively in members' mailboxes this week. Our 16-page book has store-wide savings in every department. Find what you need for spring home projects indoor and out for less. Plus, don't forget Mom. From greeting cards to hanging baskets, we've got your Mother's Day covered. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Your son is right here. Can you please stand up?
From the hit television series on E! Entertainment.
He just said to me, "That's my mother." I just saw him lean down and kiss you.
Meet Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium, for a special evening of live psychic readings.
He says to me that here in this world, you are always on him and on him and on him and on him.
For more event and ticket information,
I really hope this helps you.
and to meet Matt Frazier, Visit meetmattfrazier.com. Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVU.
It is 5:25 this Wednesday morning. Welcome back. Astronomers using the James Webb Telescope have spotted a new cosmic surprise outside of our solar system. The Webb Telescope recently gave them an up-close look at the first asteroid belt ever seen outside of our solar system.
They focused on a young, bright star located 25 light years from Earth and the warm dust that encircles it. This detailed image shows 3 massive rings of dust around the star extending out 14 billion miles, or 150 times the distance of Earth from the sun.
The star's 2 inner rings didn't appear in previous images taken by any other observatories. They were likely created from the debris left behind as larger bodies such as asteroids and comets collided. Then the dust was shaped into belts by the gravitational influence of what the researchers believe are hidden planets that orbit the star.
They say studying these dust belts can help unlock secrets behind how planetary systems form. A study with more about the findings was published Monday in the journal Nature Astronomy.
I find those photos just fascinating, and they look so bright and vivid. They look like something out of a movie.
I love seeing the difference between photos that were taken just 20 years ago versus the photos that were taken recently. Such a big difference that yes. Just a couple years can make.
How far we've come.
I know. So it seems pretty far away from us, though. Not too far away from us. Some hot temperatures that are on the way. If we take a live look outside GISA Stadium in Pasco, looking like a pretty clear morning so far. But again, hot temperatures that are on the way, not today, but for tomorrow and on for the rest of the week. I'll have more about what to expect coming up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a verdict has been reached in the civil trial of former President Donald Trump, accused of the rape of E. Jean Carroll. And formal federal criminal charges have been filed against sitting Congressman George Santos in the midst of an investigation by the House Ethics Committee.
In today's Tech Bites, Google's big annual event, the company holds its developers conference today. The company is expected to spend a lot of time on multiple new artificial intelligence products. The Pixel Fold phone is likely to be unveiled, and updates to the Pixel tablet are expected. Apple is moving 2 of its Pro Creative apps to the iPad. Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro have been available on Macs for a long time, but starting in 2 weeks, the software will be available on iPads. Subscriptions are $5 a month or $50 for a year. Finally, the machine taking over the fast food drive-thru. Wendy's is turning to artificial intelligence. The chain is partnering with Google to test Wendy's Fresh AI. It's learning Wendy's menu language, such as Biggie Bag and Frosty, so it can take your order mistake-free. Computers taking orders. Talk about needing a bite to eat. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'm your overly competitive brother.
Check.
Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Sis, I'm turning into a mom. The sweater vest. No, my super soft skin. See? Jergens Original Cherry Almond Lotion. Smooth. Mom will be so proud. You're like one big baby butt.
And happy Mother's Day. Jergens.
A verdict has been reached in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil rape case against former President Donald Trump. And with the debt ceiling looming, President Biden hosted a meeting with congressional leaders in hopes of coming to an agreement on the national debt limit.
And we have a look at your morning conditions, your First Alert weather forecast right now.
From Cap KVU Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Riley, our weather has been all over the map in terms of temperatures. We've been above average, below average. Where are we at today?
Today we're sitting around our average for today, a little bit higher on the higher side, but we're going to be getting so warm in the next couple of days. We take a live look outside in Pasco at the GISA Stadium Skycam. It's looking like a pretty clear morning. It's a nice day ahead though. Average temperatures, above average temperatures, getting very hot later on this week, as I said. Chance of some light and quick afternoon showers today near the Cascades and the Blues. Other than that, though, it's a very spring-like day that's ahead of us. We're heading into summer after today, though. If we take a look at our Skywatch radar, we're seeing there is absolutely no shower movement this morning, but again, that's heading out in the afternoon and into the evening hours. Temps for right now, we are seeing the lower 40s across the Yakima area, the mid-Columbia. In Walla Walla, though, we're seeing 47 degrees, but still pretty cool out today this morning. If we take a look at our daily planner, 74 for Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, we're seeing 77 degrees, and in Walla Walla, 73 degrees. Very nice spring day that's ahead. Again, heating up. I'll tell you more about that in my full forecast that's coming up.
Thank you, Riley. A new reaction this morning from former President Trump after the historic verdict in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil rape case. Trump now vowing to appeal. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
Former President Trump released a series of videos on social media last night reacting to a jury finding him liable for battery and defamation.
The verdict is a disgrace, a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time.
After less than 3 hours of deliberations, a New York jury of 6 men and 3 women found Trump sexually abused E. Jean Carroll in a department store dressing room in 1996.
How do you feel?
The jury was not convinced that Trump raped Carroll, as she claimed, but the jury ordered Trump to pay Carroll $5 million, saying he defamed her by calling her story a hoax and a lie, while insisting Carroll was not his type.
I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from.
At the trial, Carroll's lawyers argued she was exactly Trump's type. They showed the jury Trump's deposition when he was handed a photo of Carroll and confused her for his ex-wife, Marla Maples.
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carroll.
Oh, the
person you just pointed to was
E.
Jean Carroll.
Some Republicans appear unfazed by the latest legal blow to Trump. Senator Marco Rubio called the jury a joke. But Senator John Cornyn, a Trump critic, told reporters, "I do not think he can win the presidency regardless of what you think about him as an individual." Former Vice President Mike Pence, who's considering whether to challenge Trump for the party's nomination in 2024, says Americans are not focused on his former boss.
All of the controversies that are surrounding the president are just not what people talk to me about.
Carroll called the verdict a victory for her and for every woman who has suffered because she was not believed. Federal prosecutors have filed criminal charges against New York Representative George Santos. The freshman congressman made headlines last year when it came to light he lied about his education and work history. Then, new allegations surfaced about him breaking campaign finance laws, masterminding a credit card scheme, and even stealing money meant for an Iraq War veteran's dying dog. Santos has denied the serious accusations, but admitted to lying on his resume. The charges against him are still sealed, and it's unclear exactly what they are related to. Santos could appear in court as early as Wednesday to answer to them. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said he will look at those charges before deciding if Santos should be removed from Congress. The House Ethics Committee is currently investigating him. President Biden met with top congressional leaders at the White House to discuss the deadlock on raising the U.S. debt ceiling Tuesday. The meeting included House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. A default on U.S. debt could happen as early as June 1st if Congress doesn't agree to lift the government's borrowing authority. In exchange for raising the debt ceiling, McCarthy is demanding massive budget cuts to curtail government spending that would effectively crater Biden's agenda on issues like climate change. Afterward, Biden said he made it clear that defaulting is not an option, and he said they will continue their discussions in a meeting on Friday.
Speaker McCarthy offered a very different way forward.
he's proposed deep cuts that I believe are going to hurt American families. Millions of Americans relying on Medicaid for their health care would be at risk of losing that.
A new poll finds Americans aren't confident its leaders can lead the economy in the right direction. According to a new Gallup survey, nearly half of Americans have almost no confidence in President Joe Biden's ability to do or recommend the right thing for the economy. Just 35% of people have a great deal or fair amount of confidence in him. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell doesn't fare any better. Only 36% of Americans have confidence in him on the economy, with 28% saying they have almost no confidence. And when it comes to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, just 37% have a great deal or fair amount of confidence in her. This comes as the U.S. heads toward a looming debt ceiling crisis, in addition to 2 years of high inflation. Riley Fitzgerald is here now with a look at your forecast.
A nice spring day that's ahead of us. We're going to be getting into summer later on this week. The summer coming early. I'll have more details about what to expect in your first alert forecast that's coming up.
Our reports are showing that while cancer deaths are going down overall, there are some major disparities in death rates.
We're reinventing our network.
For total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
1 in 5 Americans will get skin cancer by age 70, but when detected early, the 5-year survival rate is 99%. Get facts about skin cancer at yaktrinews.com.
Skin cancer prevention and screening available at Prosser Memorial Health. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
At the Blue Mountain Station in Dayton, Washington, we invest in community. Our partners include Sweet Cheeks Bake Shop, Cedar Rain Spirits, Onyx Farms, Ray's Roast, Red Band Cellars, Bard and Bead Meadery, and the Co-op and Commercial Kitchen. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
Oh my gosh, Chris Bryant, Freddie Freeman, hustling him for the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu? Oh, 5 iconic flavors here for a limited time, like new peanut butter puppy chow.
Wow.
And s'mores is back.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow is right.
Hey guys.
Whoa.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Hustle in before it's gone.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it with Mavorite.
Cure it with Mavorite. Mavorite cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Mavorite stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavorite with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Mavorite.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavorite.
Ask your doctor about Mavorite. AbbVie could help you save.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, 1 sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
The LG Wash Tower. Redefine laundry in half the space.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Time right now is 5:39. In your health headlines, a new report shows fewer people are dying from cancer across the U.S., but the research also highlights major disparities in cancer death rates. Mandy Gaither has a look at the research and what some health experts say needs to be done to close the gap.
First, the good news. A new report by the American Cancer Society looking at cancer deaths in U.S. congressional districts finds overall declines in the past 25 years, with fewer cancer deaths noted among males at a 20 to 45% decline, and among females, a slightly smaller decline of 10 to 40%, but for a couple of reasons.
Decline in smoking prevalence started earlier among men historically, and also the death rate, cancer death rate among men were much higher than among women.
However, researchers say the declines didn't happen equally. The data shows disparities based on race and ethnicity. While cancer death rates decline for Black men, overall cancer deaths are still significantly higher among the Black community when compared to other groups. The study's lead author says to change this, there needs to be a focus on reshaping policies around tobacco use, as well as making sure there's equitable access to cancer screenings and treatments. By looking at the death rates by congressional district, researchers hope it'll have public health policy implications.
Representatives have the power to vote for some policies that can reduce cancer mortality and also reduce cancer disparities in mortalities.
Researchers say the highest cancer death rate declines were found in congressional districts along the southern coast and border. The smallest declines were in the Midwest and central parts of the South, including Appalachia. A federal health task force now recommends all women with an average risk of breast cancer start screening at age 40. It's an update to the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force's previous guidance. In 2016, it recommended women get mammograms every other year, starting at 50. The task force released the proposed update to its breast cancer screening guidance Tuesday. The draft recommendation, which is not final, is for all people assigned female at birth, including transgender men and non-binary people. It will be available on the task force website for public comment through June 5th. Groups like the American Cancer Society have already been recommending mammograms for women in their 40s. Workplace stress can be tough to handle at the office, but it can also take a toll on your sleep. A new study in the journal JAMA Network Open found a lack of support from colleagues and bosses can keep you from getting the rest you need. Researchers found that having unhelpful coworkers or a bad boss make it hard to let go once you're off the clock. When those things improved, study participants were able to get better and sleep better and get more rest. Experts say you have to find a way to shut off your workday when you go home. Suggestions include deep breathing and muscle relaxing exercises, which can calm both your body and your brain. You can also set aside a specific worry time and spend a few minutes outside of bed thinking about what's bothering you. The DEA has extended some flexibilities that allow people to get controlled medications via telehealth. This comes after a public health emergency declaration following the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic was set to expire on May 11th. The DEA will now allow it to stay in place through November 11th. That means any practitioner-patient telemedicine relationship beginning after November 11th will be subject to pre-pandemic rules. That is, unless a new rule saying otherwise is set. Controlled substances include medications like those prescribed for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, opioid addiction, and sleep or pain disorders. Before the pandemic, at least one in-person medical exam was required before those medications could be prescribed. Coming up, a new law signed by Governor Inslee aims to tackle the housing crisis. And we will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast. That's next.
Portion of KapKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest air quality specialist.
We offer filtration products for all your commercial, industrial, and manufacturing needs. From cooling towers to industrial dust collection systems, commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, or manufacturing facilities, we have you covered. Call today and schedule your free facility site evaluation. We'll send a certified air filter specialist to your site to evaluate your filter requirements. Call or click today. Pure Filtration Products.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Mother's Day is May 14th, and it's not too late to get a honey-baked ham and spend some quality time with Mom over the best-tasting ham or turkey breast in the world. Stop by Honey Baked Ham in Kennewick and pick up a mouth-watering ham or turkey and delicious sides. Fresh, slow-smoked, and glazed to perfection, Honey Baked Ham and turkeys are pre-sliced and ready to serve. Easy heat and serve sides and delicious desserts like our cheesecake, triple chocolate cake, or apple caramel pie, ready to grab and go. Make it a family tradition with Honey Baked Ham, your Mother's Day headquarters.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. Inside, you'll find 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for your patio, pets, and more. At Bi-Mart, our members get more value every day.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
And now, KapKVU First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us, everyone. We're taking a live look outside the Giza Stadium Skycam in Pasco. We've been seeing some below average temps for the last couple days, but we are now above average. Let's get into our full forecast. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A lot of sun on the way for the rest of our week, heating up throughout our week, and a chance of midday showers today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at that in our future cast starting out Wednesday with a dry morning. As we get into our midday and our afternoon, we see those scattered showers make their way through our areas in the Yakima Valley and the Blues. If we continue overnight, another, I'd say, dry period into Thursday morning, very dry, and then we get into the afternoon, same tale, more scattered showers throughout our afternoon, gone by the evening and dry overnight into a very relatively clear Friday morning into our afternoon. We take a look at our temps for today. Lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we are seeing mid to high 70s today. And in the Blues, we are seeing the lower 70-degree range. We take a look at our temps for tonight. We're seeing pretty clear and dry of an evening, upper 40s, lower 50s. Our wind outlook is looking pretty level other than this weekend where we see a little bit of an increase in our winds, still around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Pretty low winds for the rest of the week. Pretty high temperatures also for the rest of the week. We are on a steady incline as we get into the weekend and the start of our next work week. 90-degree range, getting pretty high up there. If we take a look at our 7-day forecast, well, we're seeing 70s 80s, and then 90s. Pretty high temperatures, especially Sunday is Mother's Day. It's a very hot day that's ahead of us for the rest of our week. Very nice temperatures as we take a look in Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, we're seeing very high temps as well. Again, we're getting 70s, 80s, and 90s this week into our weekend, a very hot week that's ahead of us. Even Monday, we're seeing 98 degrees. Overnight lows are looking pretty high as well. In Walla Walla, once again, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just a very, very warm week that's ahead of us. We've been seeing some inconsistent warm temperatures for the last couple of weeks. We've been seeing just a day here and there of some very hot temperatures, but this week it's going to be pretty sustained over the next couple of days. Above average temps for today, definitely heating up into the rest of your week. Have a great Wednesday.
A new law is designed to more aggressively combat the housing crisis, impacting thousands across Washington. This law will expand opportunities for multifamily homes like duplexes to be built in areas traditionally zoned for single-family housing. Jordan Smith explains how this law will work.
In a crisis that's handcuffed buyers and renters for years, Washington lawmakers made a major move in easing the pain in the housing market. Multifamily housing projects can now be developed in virtually any neighborhood.
What it does is it says if there's room on a lot for 2 units or 4 units, a builder can build that. We need that housing and we need that density. Right now, we don't have any more land in the city to build on, really.
With Spokane's median home price being $375,000, it opens the doors for alternative, affordable housing.
What you are seeing now is that when you allow 4 to sometimes even up to 6 units if it's near a transit hub, suddenly all sorts of people can afford to live in any neighborhood.
But it's raising fears on what this could do to surrounding property values in neighborhoods.
Actually, the evidence out there is that when you allow a more mixed use in the neighborhoods, the property values go up for everybody.
And that's partly because of the supply and demand pull. Creating more opportunities creates more supply in a suffocated housing market. At the same time, experts like Tom Hormel with the Spokane Realtors Association say this could also drive rental prices down as more people can afford housing.
The way to free up apartments and the way to free up rentals is to get people moved into housing.
Later saying that diversifying the market and opening up options to middle-class residents is the key to affordability.
It's not about single-family housing. It's about duplexes, triplexes, condo units. It's that stuff in the middle that allows for home ownership where people can create wealth that matters.
This law will help Washington complete the state's goal of building 1 million new homes by 2044. Awaiting a signature, Senate Bill 5144 is sitting on the governor's desk, which would make it easier for people to recycle batteries. A lot of people take a dead battery, throw it in the trash, and don't think much of it. But once it gets to a landfill, it can be a big problem. Not only does it waste materials that can be extracted from the battery and repurposed, it's a safety risk because those batteries can cause fires. Call to Recycle says this bill means more awareness of those risks, more collection sites, and more types of batteries getting recycled.
Somebody will look at a battery and say, well, I'm not sure if this is rechargeable or is this non-rechargeable, what do I do? So by requiring all battery types to be recycled, it's going to eliminate that point of confusion with consumers. So that should make things quite a bit simpler.
The bill won't take effect for a couple of years, but in the meantime, you can check Call to Recycle's website to determine where to recycle any rechargeable batteries you might have. When we come back, the story of the survival of one Australian woman who was lost in the wilderness for 5 days after taking a wrong turn and getting her car stuck.
We have some of the most scenic bicycle pathways in the region. Remember to be careful and that all the rules of the road apply to bicyclists. So stay on the right, obey all traffic signs, and watch out for the other guy.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bathfitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
From Cap KView, this is Apple Valley Eats.
We see food as like a form of entertainment, so people want the experience, and I think that's something we really provide here at Proof is the way the food's presented, the way it tastes. Again, people have a lot of options when it comes to dining out, so to be able to offer something good and that tastes good and it's quality is definitely a focus of ours. So the patio is on probably the busiest street in Tri-Cities, Columbia Center Boulevard. So if you're driving by, you'll see us. It's a little loud out there, but it's a ton of fun. On a hot weekend, you can see views of the river and just all the action that happens here on Columbia Center Boulevard. Our goal with Power Up, we opened Power Up almost 4 years ago now. To be able to go and enjoy the games that a lot of us, the 30, 40, 50-year-olds grew up playing, was just has been a ton of fun for me. Yeah, so one of the fun things we offer is if you show your receipt from Proof, over at Power Up, we'll give you $5 in free tokens. So you can continue your night on there. Proof Kitchen and Bar is our location in Pasco, off of Burden. It's a larger location for sure. It also includes our karaoke bar, the Juice Box. You can rent a private karaoke room any night of the week that we're open, and it accommodates up to 17 people. I know some people love to sing, but they don't love to sing in front of strangers, so you can bring your friends and family in and enjoy that private space in your own private room, just to kind of have fun and enjoy your night.
I'm adding Downy Unstoppables to my wash. Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh. Still fresh! Still fresh! Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Statistics show every 20 minutes an accident happens. It's not a pleasant thought, but sometimes watching out for the other guy is not good enough. If you've been injured in an accident, call Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics.
Welcome back, everyone. We're taking a look close to home. 71 degrees in Ellensburg. It is a sunny day today, mostly clear skies. Mid-70s for the Yakima Valley. We are seeing above average temperatures now as opposed to maybe the last couple of days. Mid-70s for the Mid-Columbia, and in the Blues we are seeing upper 60s and the mid-70s. That's your close to home forecast. We'll have your extended first alert weather forecast that's coming up.